Hi guys. Right, so today what are we going to speak about? Right, we're going to do a little bit of an informational video today. So this is going to be speaking about one of the three things that make up my ASD, autism spectrum disorder. So I'm going to speak about my ADD today. Now, I want to kind of debunk some myths about ADD. Now, you've got to remember that you've got ADD, attention deficit disorder, and then you have ADHD, which is basically, that H is hyperactivity. People with ADD were not hyper, right? So I don't sit there and fucking run up the walls and like, it's not like you just leave me for 2 seconds and I'm sitting there in a corner like eating loads of Haribos and sugars. It doesn't work like that. So ADD, it's about your focus, it's attention deficit. Now, people just think that basically the way that like ADD works is just like a bit of fluff walks past and it's, no, that's not the way that works. Yes, we are very distracted, that is a part of it, but what I want to do this video for today is to show you guys that ADD actually has its upsides. I don't need to speak about the negatives because we all know, because it's a stereotype, that when you have ADD you get distracted. That is a thing. Am I very distracted? Absolutely. Absolutely. Is it a thing where it's like I'm speaking... Now, here's the thing about ADD. So again, I got distracted already, right? So I want to explain ADD, the way that it works in terms of why we get distracted. Now, the way that distractedness works in ADD is if you're not interested. So for example, guys, right, if I'm not interested in something, I'm going to switch off, right? So my missus comes in from work and she's going to sit there and tell me about her day, and the problem is, as much as I love her and as much that I want to listen, it's boring as shit, right? It's boring. I don't want to listen to it. I don't give a fuck about who came in. I didn't care about like fucking who came in late, who fucking fought about that, and then fucking what work you had to do. It's boring. That's ADD, right? And so what happens is I try my hardest. Now, that looks like I'm listening. I switched off in the first second. And what am I thinking about? It could be anything. It could be stuff that I want to think about that interests me. I've got high imagination. So genuinely, you could be having a conversation. You're about to tell me that, like, right, for example, I've got cancer, Paul. I'm away to die of cancer. I've switched off. And then I'm thinking about what I had for my tea last night. I'm thinking about who United signed that day. I'm pretending I'm in the Champions League final. Pretending I'm playing Glastonbury. I'm always like, there's something else. I'm somewhere else. My brain takes me somewhere else. So I switch off, and then what I do is I get the start of the conversation, I miss the middle, and I always come back at the end. So if you speak to us and you go, what was I just speaking about there? Well, you went into your work, and then you left your work. That's it. I pick up keywords. The thing is with ADD is that you can be brought in and out, in and out, in and out. If something interests me, my dad, right, in my wedding speech, my dad described this, and he did a really good analogy of it. Now, the way that he describes it is that like ADD is like Gaelic. Right, so if you're Scottish and you watch BBC Alba and you watch football commentary, then what you're going to do, what you'll notice is that what Gaelic is gobbledygook, but it just randomly puts in English words. So you'd be like, "A hook in the high, and a hug in the high, and Dundee United. Having a hook in the high, and Mark Wilson. Having a hook in the high, and a hook football. Having a hook in the head to post. Have a hook in the bad steak Brady." Right, it's just gobbledygook. That's the way that my autism works. So when I'm switched off, I just hear what I want to hear, and it's just like gobbledygook. So for example, right, I get distracted, and then so distractedness, right? So distractedness and focus. Here's what we don't speak about, right? So I'm going to kind of use my dad's analogy to give you an example. So you've got distractedness, right? So I get distracted because I'm not interested and I'm bored. And then you've got focus, right? So it's derived into focus. The reason that I'm so distracted and I'm not listening is because I'm focused on something else. So, for example, right, again, another story. So we were at the tea table, and this is true, I forgot about this. We were at the tea table, got my granny around, love my granny to death. So we're at the table. So that's me eating, by the way, in case you wondered what the fuck I was doing. So we're at the tea table, having a lovely meal made by my dad because my mum's too lazy to cook. So, my dad does all the cooking. He basically shows me up. So we're sitting down eating our tea, and obviously they're having a conversation. I'm switched off, fucking gobbledygook, like having a high Paul. I'm listening. Having a high football. Oh fuck, I'm boring. Having a high breastfeeding, right? So I just hear the keyword breastfeeding. I don't get what they're speaking about, but the breastfeeding comes in. So I got right. Let's get focused on this. So for some reason, I just kind of thought breastfeeding. I was like, Granny, did you breastfeed? My granny, I think, was a bit taken aback, seemingly. Just went, you breastfeed, didn't Granny? Did your nipples get sore? my granny didn't know what to do. She's like, I can cover up and everything. Yeah, that's right. At the tea table, they were on about something else. All I heard was breastfeeding, and then turned that into, Granny, did you breastfeed? Did your nipples get sore when you breastfed? Again, it's distract. I get distracted, then I get focused in, and that's all I think about. So the focus, right? So again, people are like, yes, you get distracted, right? It's dead easy. It's like simple, right? Focus. What's good about ADD? Let's speak about what's good about ADD. So the reason ADD is so good and how you can be so successful with something like ADD is because of focus, guys. Think about when I'm focused on something. I could sit there and do a mix and sit there 10 hours and I don't even eat because I'm so focused. Now that's the thing. The thing is with ADD, when you're that focused, it means that nothing else distracts you. So actually, genuinely, you could have ADD and be undistractable because you're so focused. When I'm doing something and I'm focused on it, does no matter what's going around. The birds could be climbing up the wall covered in shit. It's like, as I've said it before, like my neighbour's coming in stealing my TV. No need to steal my TV. Fucking, probably, it's a good TV, right? 60-inch. So I can be distracted, and I just kind of lose the world. Right. So for example, I write a song on a guitar. I can write a song in say 20 minutes because I'm so focused. Nothing else distracting me. I'm focused on the chords, focused on the lyrics. That consumes me. When I did again at college, I got A grades. Again, Mr. Autistic, ADD. Guess what? I got A grades, HNC, A grade, HND. Why? Because I was interested and I was focused. And when I was doing my work, I was focused and I learned everything about it. So see, autistic people, we learn everything about it. There's a reason why people say, Rain Man. The reason that we've got such good memories for certain things is because we're so focused on what we're interested in, and we can tell you everything about that subject. Look at Undateables, for example, right? You got the guy that's addicted to James Bond, guys that are addicted to horror movies, guys that are addicted to the royal family. You know, they could tell you everything, dates down to the smallest T, because they're so focused on what they do. So for me, when I'm focused at something, I excel at it because I'm focused and I learn everything that I need to know about it. So I can tell you loads of different things. There's a reason why I think I'm good at mixing. There's a reason why, like, I did well, like, when I was at college. Uni, I did half decent. I got a degree though. Got a degree. Mr. Autistic, right? Mr. ADD, Mr. Distraction. Guess what? Still managed, what was it? It was an honours, yeah, it was an honours. And what was it? A 2-1. 2-1, not bad for somebody with autism. So 2 A grades, HNC, HND, and a 2-1 on my degree. How about that, eh? Mr. Autistic, eh? Mr. Dyspraxia, Mr. Asperger's, Mr. ADD. I did well because I was focused. Why do you think that I managed to get myself up from... Remember, in my retail career, part-time sales, full-time, senior sales, assistant manager with another company. And that's been over a year that I've been a store manager. Again, Mr. Autistic. Why? Because I'm focused. I learn what I need to learn. So my advice for you guys is if your kid or somebody you know has got ADD, then find their focus, right? Find their focus. Don't be annoyed at them. Yeah, it's frustrating, right? ADD shit. I'm not joking you. I'll go up to get a cup, right? I'll be like, right, I'll make it a cup because I'm thirsty. I'll go back up and down 5 fucking times because I'm like, I've got distracted halfway up the stairs. Or it's like, all it takes is for me to go up the stairs and see one thing. Be like, Madsen never flushed the toilet. Then I go back downstairs again. Where's your cup? I fucking go back upstairs again. Fucking photo squint. go back downstairs, where's your cup? I can easily go upstairs 5 times for a fucking cup because I get distracted. That's the downsides of it. But think about the massive positives that ADD can have. So if your child's got ADD, embrace it and find out what they're good at. Find their passion and fucking, you know what? Don't care about anything else. Don't care about, fucking they're not good at, they're not that good at English, and they're not that good at maths. Fucking guess what? If they're artistic, fucking push their art. If they're good at art, fucking buy them stuff, right? Make sure that you push as much, get them into clubs, get them into classes, get them whatever you could do. Because guess what? See, when they succeed, they'll be good at it. And that's the thing. They're that focused that they'll understand the craft to a T. They'll find out everything they need to know about it. So guess what? When you put them up against somebody else, most likely they're going to know more about that subject. So it's a good thing, right? There's a reason, and it's one of the reasons that I've managed to succeed in my life. It's one of the reasons why I managed to get a degree. The reason why I'm a store manager is because of fucking focus. I'm so focused. Problem is, yes, the world, everything else. When I'm focused on one thing, the kids go out the window, my wife goes out the window, my marriage goes out the window, everything goes because I'm so focused. So in a work setup, that could be really, really, really dangerous, but I'm lucky I've got a star of a wife who understands that I'm doing it because I'm focused on it and I want to do good for my family. So there is negatives, but to me the negatives outweigh the positive, and it can be seen as a good thing. And know what? I wish fucking my girls have ADD, because know what? Yeah, they might get distracted, but see, when they do find something that they like, they are going to be fucking amazing at it. And I can't wait to see them follow that journey, knowing that when they finally go, so for example, one of them pick up, if Madison's got ADD and she picks up a musical instrument, she will learn and she will find everything out by that instrument, and before I know it, she'll be fucking, like, for example, piano, she'll be a fucking pianist before the time she's fucking 12. You know what I mean? Whatever that may be, whether it be horse riding, gymnastics, whatever their focus is, drive that focus hard, because it's a good thing and they can be successful, and don't fucking limit them, right? So what if they're fucking like no good at certain things? They'll be good at something, and it's your job as a parent to find what they're good at. So there you go. There's a little rant for you on ADD. But most importantly, that having ADD is not a bad thing. It's got negatives. Just remember, the positives can outweigh the negatives. It's just not about getting distracted. It's about focus. So guess what? Get that person focused on something that interests them, that might benefit you at the same time. There's a ways to adapt around ADD. So hopefully that's been good for you guys. Being autistic isn't that bad. Like, subscribe, and most importantly, start commenting, because I'm not getting any comments, which means you're just watching it and buggering off. So leave a wee comment and I'll always comment back. I will comment to every single person that comments to me, right? So thanks again for watching, guys, and stay tuned.